Shemai GTA Chums. This is a pretty new truck in the game. It's a Ford Lightning, or if you go to Southern San Andreas, Vapid Firebolt ASP 1.8 million. It's a bit of an oddity in the game, which I'll go through in a bit, but I'm going to go through modification, customization, but then we're going to do a bit of off-road performance, mainly off-road dirt tracks, Chiliad challenge, and talk about that because it's in the off-road class, and that's the main reason I'm doing that. Now everything's upgraded to the max, and we're going to do this as an off-road kind of build, but there's not much customization, which people will find a bit annoying because this truck should really be associated with customization. You see the secondary colour is coming through in the bars there, so I'm tempted by the bed rack. That might be nice, why not? Engine upgrade to the max. Exhaust, I'm not sure about the exhaust, but let's just wang this on because it's the straight through exhaust, and those are ruining your ground clearance there, so we're not putting any of that on, and that is just like the Drauger. Grill, not much grill options. I'm just going to stick with stock because anything else I don't really like. Bonnet, I am going to change that a little bit, go for something a bit muted like that, the twin intake hood. Oh, that's good as well, but who cares? And it's got the muscle car kind of look to it. It should be a muscle car, but it's not. Liveries. You got Fast and Furious. What's it called? Paul Hollywood, Walker. We're going to put a double stripes on, but I don't know what. To be quite honest, I can't remember the Fast and Furious films. These are all kind of tuners, a mix of tuners liveries that you can wang on there. So that pretty much is it. Mirrors, we can do that. Respray. I've got the crew colour, which is kind of a tangerine, kind of a orange, but I'm going to leave that. Secondary colour is white as well, just in case you want to know. Trim colour, we're going to change that and make that probably a white, just to go with that crew colour, not crew colour, the other one. Emblem on the door, and skirts. We've got more ruination of the crowd clearance there. Spoiler, we don't really need it because it's got decent handling. But we could do something like just a low level, I think, is good enough. So I'm doing a reasonably classic build, not anything like that. Sun strips, you might want to put them on, you might not. Let's do sun strips, why not? Very good. Suspension, I'm going to leave it stock for ground clearance, but obviously this is the kind of thing you might associate with it. And also you're going to do, we've got turbo as well. With your wheels, you're going to go with probably the original or something high, low profile to go with the tuner kind of look to it. But I've got off-road, and I've gone for the Nevis because they're the cheapest, and black. There we go. So that is the build. Now we're going to go and take it through its paces. Let's try and ford some water. So we're going to cross the river in the shallow portion right now, and it's struggling. Nearly made it, but it's not a true off-roader because it can't ford a basic river. Let's test the old ground clearance and see how she does. It's rear wheel drive as well, so it's just kind of struggling there, but once we get the logs down, yeah, it does work. So as kind of expected, the ground clearance isn't great, so we'll see how she does. Time for the Chiliad challenge, go! Now, it's a rear-wheel drive car, which is why it will struggle on Mount Chiliad, but so you need to have a good blast, get a good acceleration, a good bit of speed on the upslopes, because if you stop, you're going to wheel spin and struggle. It is Imani Tech, missile lock-on jammer, but no armour, so one missile will blow you up. It is HSW, which I'm on PC, don't have access to it. But Bruffy1322 says it's a great one for HSW, for its class. Not top of the class, of course, which I'll talk about in a minute. But on the upslope, we're still going for it. I'm not sure which route to go. I normally aim between those two boulders, but I think I'll go a bit lower because of the grip problems. There are no grip problems on the straight, though. Definitely more of a rally car than an off-roader. But speed is good. Speed is good as long as you keep that head of steam up. We're going across the donkey track. Gonna try and blast across here. There is a little bit of bounce because of the suspension. I think if I lowered it, and I think that is what is intended for this vehicle, that you lower it to probably to the max really, for race performance and driving on roads and not driving off-road. I suppose it reflects the original kind of truck, which was rear-wheel drive. The Ford, what's it, Lightning. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the name there. And focus on driving on this tricky bit. Just going to take a right up here, see if we can make it up. This is a... Oh, not bad, not bad. I am surprised it made it. 138. 141. 1 minute 41 is not bad. It's kind of average, really, and good for a rear-wheel drive vehicle. But it's not a 4x4, and you can tell with the performance. So looking at the monstrosity, that came in at 1 minute and 30 seconds. And the likes of the Drauga and the Desert Raid at the top, 1 minute and 23. So it shows that it's not really an off-roader, and especially in any rain or snow you're going to struggle, and the ground clearance, so rock crawling is completely out. So what can we use it for? Let's look at the mixed dirt track road performance, shall we? This truck is very much at home on a road where it's got decent grip, the rear wheel drive. You can throw it through any corner pretty much at max speed, and you can get through the other end quite nicely. But if you switch to dirt track, you'll find that it's quite satisfying. It's got a decent amount of grip. You can probably escape the police quite nicely in this, going through the dirt tracks. Cornering is still decent, still good grip, so you could put it into off-road races to see how you do. Against and HSW off-road races is probably where it's at, because you know, according to Bruffy, it's second, I think it is, in HSW off-road. So yeah, it could work nicely as a mixed kind of road off-road kind of racer. But the thing that kind of lets it down is just the overall kind of feel to it, because you think a lot of it, the sound is very much like the Dominator ASP, and the feel of it seems to be Dominator ASP, but it's not in the muscle class. I think that's the thing that kind of lets it down. It feels like it should be a muscle car. You can't pull wheelies with it, and it should be about, you know, customization. The lack of customization also lets it down. It's not an off-roader. I think being in the off-road class is ridiculous. I don't know why it's in the off-road class. It shouldn't be there, but I suppose it's some kind of balance in the HSW off-road class at the top there, which is what Gruffy was kind of saying, but I don't know, because I don't have HSW, I'm on PC. So is it worth it? If you like this car, if you like the Ford Lightning and you're a fan of it, look at the inside. It's not too bad. I've not really shown that yet, but it's alright. It's nothing to write home about. It's certainly not Tuner's class of customization or anything like that whatsoever. But if you like what you see with the limited customizations and you can live with that, then purchase it. If not, then if you love trucks, I'd certainly recommend buying it, but wait until it comes on discount, because, you know, to be honest, out of this DLC, I was driving the Banshee more. It's got a little bit less, it's got a lot less grip, but it's much quicker. And if you compare like the Dominator ASP compared to this ASP, the Dominator ASP oddly has less grip, which doesn't make sense to me. I thought the truck would have less grip. It would be the other way around with regards to vehicles, especially with this age of vehicle. So, I mean, it's all balanced. They're trying to balance a lot of things. And originally, I think it was in the muscle class. That's what I thought they were going to put it, but they switched it over to the off-road class, which is very odd. But is it a fun vehicle? You won't regret buying it for driving purposes, and as long as you're happy with the overall look that you can achieve with this car. Because I'm happy I bought it. Out of cars on this DLC, it's probably second or something like that. Well, pretty much not a close second though. It's well below the Dodge Viper, which is, you know, the Banshee, which is far better, to be honest, and Luke's a lot better. But this is the truck then. This is the off-road performance. I hope you found it useful. Got any questions, drop them down below. It took me a while to get this video out, unfortunately, but that is life, isn't it? Thank you very much for watching, staying through with me till the very end. I hope this has been useful, and have a most excellent day if you are playing Das GTA.